Welcome to Quest RV. Before your trip, we'd like to give you a few tips so you have a damage-free rental. Our first tip is always use a spotter, whether backing into a parking spot or pulling into a gas station. Make someone, or even more than one person, get out and act as your second set of eyes and ears. As the driver, it's your job to make sure the TV and passengers aren't too distracting. Instead, have them help you. You'd be surprised to hear how many incidents happen on the last day of the trip. Make sure you stay alert the whole way and always use a spotter. Remember, the RV is wider, longer, and taller than what you are normally used to driving. One of the most common RV claims comes from hitting concrete poles at gas stations. To avoid this, plan ahead. Look for an exit that has several gas stations or truck stops, so you're able to choose the one easiest to navigate. Flying J, Love's, Travel America, and Pilot are some of our favorite truck stops. Usually, they offer more room around the pumps. When turning towards an object, be aware of the RV pivot point, the back wheels. If you turn towards an object without allowing enough space and before the pivot point reaches the object, you will hit it. When turning away from an object, be aware of the tail swing. This is when the back of the RV will pivot in the opposite direction. In some units, this can be as much as 3 feet or more. To avoid hitting something like the gas pump or a parked car, start pulling forward with your wheels straight, then gradually start to make your turn away from the gas pump. Again, having a spotter help you watch the tail end of the motorhome will assure you don't hit something. When driving a motorhome, be aware that you are sitting on top or actually in front of the front wheels, as opposed to in a car where you are behind them. This can cause you to cut the corner and hit the curb or a sign in the median when turning left, or the curb or a pole when turning right. Another thing to watch out for, make sure you have enough clearance for the height of the motorhome. On top of the RV are air conditioner units, a satellite dome, and other items that can be knocked off, which are expensive to replace or repair. Also be careful when driving under overpasses, especially on older or country roads, and never take the RV into a drive-through or a car wash. Watch out for low-hanging tree branches. Exterior scratches, even minor ones, to the side of the motorhome are expensive to fix. Be careful when driving in older neighborhoods, narrow streets, or pulling into wooded areas or campsites. Have someone get out and watch you when you extend the sides. Just because you were clear when you parked doesn't mean the slides couldn't hit something as you extend them. Remember, the RV is 12.5 feet tall. Let's talk about speed and braking. Not only is a motorhome a lot bigger than a car, it weighs a lot more as well. A typical car weighs about 4,000 pounds. A motorhome, depending on the size, can weigh up to 32,000 pounds. The heavier the vehicle, the longer it takes to stop. Also, the faster you drive, the longer it takes to stop. So slow down. You're on vacation, and in a motorhome, half the fun is getting there. Remember, the maximum speed we want you ever to drive is 65 miles an hour. Above that, you are increasing your chances of having an accident, causing the engine to overheat, and having tire problems. Tires of your unit have been checked by our technicians and meet state and federal requirements. From this point on, the tires are your responsibility. Be sure not to overload the unit. Don't speed, and check the tire pressure to avoid an incident. In the event of a tire blowout, do not panic brake. Instead, slowly accelerate, adjust your steering, and maintain control of the motorhome. Once you have readjusted and maintained control of the unit, slow down and choose a safe spot to pull over. In general, most of our rentals have no issues. Remember, use your spotter. You're in a vehicle which is much bigger than what you normally drive. You're on vacation. Slow down. Avoid rush hours in major cities. Take your time entering and exiting parking lots. Do not speed. If you follow these tips, you will have a damage-free rental. From all of us at Quest RV, have a great trip.